Friday. We keep our foot on the gas pedal. We don't mess around over here. We have a good time. We continue to hammer away, and we shall do so. I'm going to start with something that is a little unusual for me. Charles Barkley on some podcast called The Steam Room. Is that his podcast, or who knows, miss? Who even cares? Oh, it's TNT's. Well, then we care a lot. Not really. Charles Barkley on the Steam Room podcast. Now, he was a Kamala Harris supporter. He didn't like Trump, period. It's like our buddy Stephen A. He voted for Kamala Harris. I don't know how excited he was about it, but he had issues with Trump. And Stephen A. was on this program. What did he say? Okay, look, we lost. What are we supposed to do? He's the president. Show him respect. Give him a shot. But stop with all this screeching and crying and complaining. He's not Hitler. He's not a fascist. He'll do what he does, and he'll succeed or fail, and then there'll be another election. Charles Barkley's taken a very similar view. Now, you might say, well, why are you bringing up Stephen A. and Charles Barkley? Honestly, because I respect these guys. I grew up with Charles Barkley. I'm from Philadelphia. He was a 76er. He's a Hall of Famer. He's a great, great basketball player. Stephen A. Smith, to me, has a really sharp mind and analytical ability. We don't always agree. That's okay. You know, Clarence Thomas and Antonin Scalia didn't always agree. Two brilliant men who approached these issues in similar ways and came up with a different answer. It happens. It's okay. Aristotle and Plato didn't agree. The question is what journey you take to get to that end point. If you're just shooting from the hip, then I'm not interested. If you're actually thinking things through, you come up with a different answer, that's fine. We can debate it. We can disagree. But I respect it. And so here's Charles Barkley on the Steam Room this week. I guess it was today or yesterday. Cut 13, go.
I want to congratulate President-elect Trump. Y'all won fair and square. I want to congratulate you. I want you to do the best for the American people because I got some numbers here. 75 million people voted for President-elect Trump. 71 million people voted for Kamala Harris. So it's not a contest in my eyes where I want all 75 and 71 million to be successful. They're all Americans. He's the president of the United States, and I wish him nothing but the best. But we lost. And I just want to say this to the Democrats, which I'm an independent who voted Democratic. Do me this favor. Shut the up. When you win, you get to say what you want to. When you lose, you need to shut the hell up. Oh, President Biden they didn't get him out the race soon enough. Kamala didn't do this. We lost because we had no game plan.
That's true.
We still haven't solved the immigration problem.
That's true.
Have no viable answers. Never addressed inflation.
It's true.
Bringing all these stupid stars out.
That's true.
To rally the vote. What was that? Hey, I love Beyonce. What's bringing her out? That ain't gonna make me vote a certain way. Cardi B. I like Cardi B. That ain't gonna make me vote a certain type of way. You guys lost because y'all stupid. Come up with solutions. I don't think everybody voted for Trump is racist or whatever. I'm not a fan of the guy, but he's the president. I'm going to have to respect the office.
I want you to remember that, what he said, because a lot of people attack him. Look, I've been critical of him in the past, but look at the way he thinks. Listen to what he said. Put aside biases and prejudice. Listen to what the man said. And he's 100% right. They didn't have a plan on inflation. They didn't have a plan on the border. They were responsible for the border. They didn't give the people a reason to vote for them and gave the people 1,000 reasons to vote against them. And that's the truth. Now, here's the thing. He speaks the truth. I'm speaking the truth. Stephen A. is speaking the truth. Other people are speaking the truth. The media in so many parts of this country, whether it's CNN or MSNBC, whether it's shows like The View or these phony comedy shows late at night, they didn't get the message from the American people. They're still at it, day in and day out. Trash talking the American people. Trash talking them. And let me tell you something. They keep it up the next election, they'll lose even by a bigger amount. But I said this to you before here on Blaze, on Fox. These massive media corporations, whether it's Paramount with CBS, whether it's Comcast with MSNBC and NBC, whether it's Disney with ABC, I think it's Warner Brothers, but whatever it is, with CNN, I can look it up easy enough. Mr. Producer, will you Google that real fast? Who owns CNN? Whatever it is, if they don't get their act together, their rating, it is Warner Brothers? I have a mind like a whatever. So, yes, it's Warner Brothers. These big, massive corporations, they're called oligopolies. What's an oligopoly? It is a corporation that owns a number of other corporations, typically in other businesses. So they may not be in the business of news. They may be, they may not be. Fox is in the business of news, broadcasting, entertainment. But Disney's in the business of, having parks, having ships, having this, having that, a little bit more of an oligopoly. And then you have Comcast. Really, its business is almost a monopoly in cable. And then Paramount, they're in the movies, they're in all these things too, and so forth and so on. If they don't get their acts together, MSNBC is going to continue to hemorrhage. CNN is dead. As of right now, CNN is dead. They have no ratings. I went and looked at my ratings over the weekend. On Saturday night, just to give you an example, because I don't look at everybody else's, I'm looking at my ratings. It's the number one show overall viewers on Fox on Saturday morning, noon, and night, this Saturday. Massive numbers. Over 2 million. And I'm up against college football. I'm up against all kinds of stuff. But then I went and I looked at CNN and MSNBC's numbers. And you know what I saw, Mr. Producer? I crushed them combined by 4 or 5-fold. You could combine their audiences, and I beat them by 4 or 5-fold. Maybe more, but I think it was massive. Then you look at Sunday. Sunday Night Football has had a rebirth. It's very vibrant. It's fun to watch. It's great to watch. By the way, did you see what happened last night on Thursday Night Football, Mr. Producer? Ooh, I don't want to lose my Washington office, audience on WMAL. But my gracious goodness. My goodness gracious. Those Eagles are looking pretty hot. All right, let me move on. So here's the point. If you keep abusing your audience, they're going to leave you. And they're leaving them. It's the market system. It's the way it is. It's not a matter of having a different opinion and a debate and, look, I'm going to express my... No, when you have basically a cacophony, a chorus line of the same damn thing every day and every night, like you're spewing the Democrat Party talking points and the Marxist talking points and the jihadist talking point every night over and over. And then you're calling the people who don't agree with you racists and bigots. And people who are watching this stuff, what do you mean I'm a racist and a bigot? Because I disagree with you radical leftists? I'm a racist and a bigot? Or that if you vote for Donald Trump, you're going to get Hitler? Well, I don't see that we have Hitler right now. Does anybody else? So if you play your audience for suckers, if you think your intelligence is superior to your audience, you have no business being on TV or radio or anywhere else for that matter. Because most of the people I see ain't that smart, to be perfectly honest with you. But you keep trash talking your audience, you keep trash talking the other side, you keep doing this sort of thing over and over again without any rationality, without any knowledge, without any explanation, without any facts. You just keep shooting from the hip over and over and over again. Nobody wants to hear that. To be honest with you, that's like being at the dinner table with a loudmouth who never shuts the hell up, the spaghetti dripping off their chin, onto their shirt. You go, what the hell am I doing here? Nobody wants to hear you. Nobody wants to hear Joy Reid. She's an idiot. Nobody wants to hear Sunny Houston. Honestly, nobody wants to hear the Scarboroughs anymore. Nobody wants to hear any of them. You don't have to trust me. I'm telling you what the ratings are. Until these mega corporations, these oligopolies, clean up these platforms, bring some interesting people in, not just hecklers, not just spitballers, not the people up there in the nosebleed section who just keep screaming and yelling like they're drunk on beer. No. But does it matter to these oligopolies? Since most of these platforms are not the main source of profit. It's not their profit center. They say they're going to do something at CNN. We hear this all the time. They brought back Brian Stelter, one of the worst of the worst. Hideous in every respect. Hideous. As well as others. Joy Reid should have had her ass kicked off primetime a long time ago. But there she is, primetime Joy Reid. Spewing her hate. And you know what? Let me tell you something. When you pull this racist stuff over and over again, you offend not just white people, you offend black people, brown people, all kinds of people. Because we all know people of different colors, different races, different backgrounds who we like. In fact, interracial marriage has never been higher in this country. Interfaith marriage has never been higher in this country. You know, the people in this country largely try to get along. It's the most diverse country on the face of the earth. But in the media, they don't want you to get along. It is constant poison. Constant. That's what Barkley's saying. That's what Stephen A.'s saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what other people are saying. You're not covering the news. You're not even covering an election. You're pushing crap. And people are sick of it. Black people, white people, brown people, yellow people, Jew, Gentile, male, female. People are getting sick and tired of it.